Good evening, peeps. I'm Auriel Grace, and sitting next to me is Kendra Lockhart.
Happy December.
Yeah, so Kendra's going to talk to us about the astrology for December. Happy birthday, Saggies. Happy birthday, Capricorns. Here we go, because she says this month has a lot of activity. So get your calendars out, your date books, whatever it is that you write your notes on, because there's a lot of stuff going down.
'Tis the season. This one's a gift for you all, and we need it at the end of a very spicy 2024.
Yes, we do. Say what? It's been a crazy year. It has. And I couldn't believe it. I was writing this morning, I was writing the newsletter, my newsletter, and I'm like, it's December.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Feels like you and I just did the monthly a couple of weeks ago. I thought, is it really that day again?
Is it really? I know. I was looking at the calendar too. Oh, okay. And it's the new moon. So what a great way to start December, having the astrology show on the new moon.
Fantastic. And we've got a couple patterns here from November. So some of these transits are going to feel somewhat familiar. And as usual, grab your pen or pencil and paper because you're going to want to write down some notes. We have 10 major transits to go through that are going to help you transition and complete 2024.
I think that's so cool.
It is cool, and anybody who's been following me or us for the last couple of years,
yeah.
January, I make a prediction on what the dominant planet is going to be as far as a theme for the year. 2024 was Neptune. This was going to be the division around illusion and imagination. And look at what has gone on in the news, in our politics, in our development, in our plot twists. Everything has felt like a crazy movie. And you're not quite sure. There's been some unmasking. There's been some revealing. There's been some imagining. So next year is a Jupiter year. I said that a month early, but you can have it because there's always things to look forward to. And I'm here for it. But we're not really going to explain what that means until January. Right now, the important thing that is a present to yourself is this month to button things up, complete them, start building your foundation for the adventure called 2025.
I'm looking for, and this past week, hey, Mom. Hi, Christine. This past week, I felt a shift, an energetic shift going through. Like it was smooth, though. It wasn't one of those whoop ones where you do like a total turnaround. But I felt this really smooth, energetic, positive shift go through, and I was like, "All right, happy birthday." So I'm grateful for that. Yeah. And today is the new moon.
Today is the moon.
In Sagittarius.
Let's start there. Let's start what that's about. We know the new moon is when you begin your intentions, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions as a let it grow move. The full moon is the let it go. And in Sagittarius, that is always going to be expansion, wisdom, higher learning, and higher self, the philosophy of your soul and spirit. So in this new moon, the challenge or the prompt is you want to reset your feelings and your reactions to 2024. It's time to start neutralizing all the things that you are putting into categories that are lower responses of wrong versus right, good versus bad. The higher self needs to borrow your true emotional IQ and ask yourself for the next 4 weeks to operate from what are my ideal feelings around these things. So it is a call to leave some drama behind, to stop getting into the pettiness of your ego. Beautiful new moon. And it's a huge opportunity to start rebuilding your attention span towards higher ground. All right. The next big thing that we've got is December 5th. We've got a couple things there. Now, Auriel loves Kazimis.
I do. I love Kazimis.
Part of it could be the writer in her. Part of it is probably a fun word to say. It's definitely a communication enhancer. Now, the fact that it's in retrograde means time to close up your old conversations. What it does is it is a boost for the path that you're on through the beauty of Mercury, which is your listening, your learning, and your languaging. When it's retrograde, that means you go inside versus have dynamics with the outside world. So hold on, close up those old conversations, watch your tongue on December 5th, and reflect and awaken. This is a great time if you want to journal. This is a great time if you want to have a conversation with yourself. I'm probably going to be doing some mirror work where it's me versus my higher self, going into a dialogue in a reflective state. This is great if you call somebody who's a trusted spiritual advisor, just so that you can put those things to rest, because we're going to come out of that retrograde and you want your work to be done. Turn it into a task sheet.
It's a good time to, this time of year is a great time to clear your home, clean the house, really get down to it and see what the things that aggravate you in your house, shift and change it, get rid of it, clear your house, clean it. Make sure that during the retrograde that you've got all that stuff done. And what you could do too with things that you're giving away in that, if you're close, you can send some stuff over to Western North Carolina, because a lot of people there lost everything. They're in FEMA trailers and they need basic stuff. They need soap, toothpaste, toothbrushes, they need washcloths and towels. They need, well, everything. And so if you want to help in some way, you can always get a hold of the Red Cross, because they're helping over there too.
Very good. I think that's a beautiful recycling of what is at hand.
Yep.
I think that's an excellent way to apply what's going on too with the Cazimi, so that it becomes a full circle, as it goes from me to we, and you're taking people in an unfortunate position and blessing them with what you no longer need. Yes. All right, so the plot review, or the big reveal for you, my dear, is that there are 2 Kazimis this month. Yeah. So
I found one.
The first one's in Sagittarius, and it, like I said, it's going to be around conversation. Close up the old ones, watch your tongue, and Auriel made a great point, is start sweeping out the home, is resetting your environment. Those are excellent Sagittarian things to do. December 6th, the next day, Mars goes into retrograde. Last time it went into retrograde, everyone had a really hard time with energy and motivation. Yep. This is not last year's Mars retrograde. It is going into Leo. It'll be there until late February, so it's not a long run. And it's going to temper some of your aggressions and your ambitions and your actions. What do I do without that life force and that Leo visibility and being the center of my own passions? You work on your health and lifestyle. If your life force is going to be up for an audit, then you take a look at bolstering your wellness. So that is what you're going to want to work on starting December, and we'll go through the end of February with that. You're going to have to reset your execution style of when you have energy or you are impassioned or you are ambitious and ready to maybe even be a little aggressive. Right. So use that dulled edge wisely. And you're going to have to question, what is my power and my will when I have to go within instead of how I use it with my life and other people and all the elements externally. So that is going to be a big day as well. So the first week of December is not for the sleepers. Put your running shoes on. And we end that with December 7th when Venus goes into Aquarius. So we've got all these big planets shifting and ingressing into other new signs or positions. Now we know this because you've heard me say this every single time we talk about it, because Venus and Mercury move pretty fast. You hear Mars maybe every other show, but we're looking at Venus at this point, which handles love, beauty, wealth, and worth. That's what Venus does. She is the feminine side of the experience. Right. We are going to be looking into unconventional love, unconventional value, and unconventional beauty. Where do you want to put that attention? Things that might show up with more urgency or priority in your life are going to be around community, vision, innovation, and friendships, because that's what Aquarius loves.
Yeah.
Venus gets a solid shot at doing you some favors. Could a new friend with very little in common show up and spark a new connection, new social circles? Absolutely. Could you get a fantastic idea on where you want to be taking some of your more personal gifts out into the world? 100%. I have no idea what this is going to look like for me, but who knows? Maybe I'll take up a new hobby, because that's where I love putting my worth, is time well spent with myself.
Right.
So it might be unorthodox, it might be unconventional. That's what Aquarius does. Aquarius is the disruptor and the rebel.
Yeah.
All right, so you get a little bit of a break in mid-December, but let's finish out that there are two things happening on the 7th. Take a big exhale with me. Neptune is going direct.
Oh my God.
What does that mean? It means all of these weird, what you see isn't what you're getting,
Right.
come back into a form of focus. You are going to feel a new clarity. You're going to feel more grounded in reality, because everything isn't some weird kangaroo court or, cartoon newspaper with fictitious headlines, and you're almost exhausted with what to trust and not trust.
Right.
And a really strong haze that we've been in for the better part of this year, since June. So what are you doing with this? It's in Sagittarius. You should take that optimism that Sagittarius brings for the next 2.5, 3 weeks, stack Pisces going direct. Woo, I'm so excited. Stack your Pisces going direct and find an optimism that works for you, plus that reality grounding that's coming through from this transit.
Right.
Not everyone is Pollyanna. Not everyone does a cheerleading situation with optimism. Mine tends to be a little more introverted as far as optimism. So I have a cautious, but I might do it this time, relationship to getting back in the gym after work. Before, it had been pie in the sky. It had been kind of me in my imagination brain that isn't very grounded. It was putting too much on my plate. So here's where you can now dance instead of dream. You will be able to make stronger changes in your life. This is the time to come from your healthy imagination, not your big ideas brain and your illusion part of your mind. So that's why December 7th can't get here fast enough for me.
I'm so grateful, because I'm going to be writing here soon. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. But I want to hold on just a sec. I want to say hi to Michelle and Rebecca and Eve. So they're joining us tonight. And then, I have been looking forward to writing. I kept saying I can't write right now, because to me writing is very addicting, and so when I start, I like to finish. And so I've been feeling like I have to wait, like I'm on pause.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so very grateful. Like after the holiday season, I'm gonna start again. So yay us.
Yes. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how mine's going to turn out. I don't even know. I'm just so ready to have my feet touch the ground instead of feeling like I'm in the deep end of the swimming pool.
Yeah.
I gotta keep just like moving it or we sink. All right. So your next good news, we're halfway through. On December 15th, you get a week to hang with all these new opportunities. Get them integrated. On December 15th, you will have a full moon in Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we care about the full moon in Gemini? Because it's still hanging out in Sagittarius. This is when you'll have an above average hit rate on the things that you're trying to get done. So when Gemini comes along and says, communicate what you are going to leave behind. A full moon is let it go time. Gemini is the messenger. So I don't care if you want to declare it. I don't care if you want to journal it. I don't care if you want to vision board it. Put it down that you're making this, you are speaking now that this is finitoed and you're leaving this behind. These aren't the old conversations you're leaving behind. These are the 2024 things that you're leaving behind.
Yep.
I know what mine is. Drama in the workplace. Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye for good.
Never.
In my group, Know Yourself Well, I'll be having a guest, Katie Skinner, who is a genius with using human design and astrology for your business and your personal empowerment. She's going to come on in and we're going to talk about the mastery of energetic nope. It's not just you say I'm done with it. It's that it is in your being and it vibrates out through your biofield and your aura. What that looks like is to become the no that your mouth is saying. And so stay tuned on that one. I'm really excited. She's a Sagittarius and she's fabulous at this type of subject matter.
Yeah, so if you all want to check out Kendra, go to her group, Know Yourself Well, and join her group because she does a lot in the group and you'll enjoy it. And she asks you for your opinion. She does polls and stuff like that. So go in there and check it out because you're going to find that there's a lot of activity going on.
Mm-hmm. And it's not just astrology. In my personal group, it's all about intuition and integration. So it's the light and dark. And nobody does it better than this one right here.
So there you go.
So there. Stay away from the suckers. Go with the master. But I want you to know that the theme of December is clarity, 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 clarity. I'm getting less and less confused. I know more and more what I want and what I don't want and where I want to go and how it's going to happen. This is a great lead up to 2025. We could not have asked for a better cool breeze in the heat wave of everything we've been through. So that's why December 15th matters is there's your full moon. Let it go. Use communication style and take 2024. And if any of you have ever done a burning bowl on the New Year's, that's a big one in my Scottish heritage community. Write it down and put a flame to it. Poof, up in smoke. That kind of goodbye. Because guess what also happens on the 15th? Our Mercury retrograde is over. And what do you mean, thank God? Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius is one of the gentler ones. We survived the Aries ones when everybody was popping off with their short tempers.
Yeah.
We survived the Leo ones when everybody was trying to be the center of the universe.
Yes.
Here we are just trying to make sure that we expand our constrictions, our horizons, and our sense of what our higher self is instead of defaulting to our pettinesses.
Right.
I'll take it in the sign all day long.
Yes.
So with the Mercury going forward, you want to have your fresh adventure in listening, learning, and languaging. Take your brain through the car wash and hear better, speak better, and understand better.
Yes.
So again, Sagittarius is the luckiest of all the seasons and signs. So why not if you're risk averse like I am, if you're conservative on trying new things and, what if it doesn't work out? It's going to work out a lot better now. So you might as well try now. And if it doesn't work out now, everyone's going to be a lot more, la-di-da about it. You got your Saturn retrograde that has just unwound itself. You've got a full moon. You've got Mercury unwinding. You've got Pisces back where it needs to be, chucking forward. What else could you wish for? But wait, there's more. Just like those Time Life commercials from my age.
Right. Ta-da!
Yeah. How would you like this free knife set? Yes. So you have another week to integrate that and put it into unfamiliarity to familiarity, wobbling walk to being able to run, that kind of balance. It gets to be natural. On December 21st, we have the solstice. The sun moves into Capricorn season. You're going to want to start taking notice of what's my career, what's my achievement, what's my tradition. Use those as your 4 weeks of centering. Work is very grounding for me. It's where I get to be the most expressive. I don't have a lot of traditions. I'm going to figure out what routine I can sustain for a month until we move into Aquarius season, where we get to disrupt those traditions. Everything progresses on the season before it. But love achieving, so I'll figure out something. And I bet you it's going to be getting back into the gym after a long day at work. I keep thinking that's a terrible idea, but that's where the time in my life is. Who wants to work for 9 hours a day and then go into a gym? But where else is the time? Am I going to ruin my weekend? No. So it's the sensibility of Capricorn. Capricorn is incredibly pragmatic, even for the dreamers and the people who are like the kite with no string. Woo! You are invited to lay a solid foundation for your climb in 2025 because all of the Sagittarius energy, which is Jupiter governed, is going to be the theme of 2025. I am looking forward to having breakthroughs 10 times easier in 2025 than these last 4 years. So take it seriously, but also be playful with it.
Right.
We mean business, but we want you to have fun with it.
Yeah.
All right. December 22nd, second Kazemi. And this time it's not retrograde. So
Yay.
December 22nd. This is when I want you to go buy your lottery tickets because everything's out of so many retrogrades.
Okay, 22nd. Remember that, guys. December 22nd is lucky day. All right. I'm writing it down right now. You write it down too.
Yep.
We know I had several people email me today to let me know that they have won small amounts. So
hey, I can't wait to hear that.
Let's keep it rolling.
Let's keep it going. Yeah, come on. This club needs more members.
That's right. That's right.
I want winners everywhere.
Yes. We want winners everywhere because, that's how we are.
Yes. Right. No, denied, not delayed. There's no such thing as losing.
That's
all right. So that Kazemi in Capricorn is going to be brief. It's not going to be a big deal, which is why not every single astrologer is acknowledging it. But the Sun and Mercury are coming in within the same degree. So they're amplifying each other for a brief little window. And it's time to be practical with your tasks. It's time to have little ahas. And this is where it's as easy as going and buying a ticket. What's a lottery ticket? $2, $5, $20? Shoot your shot. It can come back 100-fold.
Right. And it's happened for a couple of our clients. So we want to make sure that we do the lucky numbers to help all of you win. Yeah. So it's up to you. We've given you the info. We've thrown it out there for you. Now take it up. Take that energy up.
We've helped you. Yeah, we've helped you find out which is the most high potential day to receive. So go receive.
Go receive.
And then to close it up, we have a new moon. So again, another month with 3 moon transits. And it'll be on December 30th. We've got the new moon in Capricorn. And this is where you release old possessions that have old stories attached to them. You got to stop living in different timelines. Stop trying to have anxiety about the future, ignoring the present, and too much focus on the past. Plant seeds for a fresh commitment to your personal future. And it's time to create a new chapter and blueprint. That can be intimidating. You might be tired from doing it. You might even have a little bit of, what's the point? I try this all the time. We're going into a Jupiter year. Quit counting on how many times it didn't work. All you need is one.
Yep.
Find authority over an area of your life that you have been playing victim to, where you go, I can't because, and you're in that story where you're the problem. You think it's the problem, but it's actually you. Find authority over that. Have better boundaries starting on December 30th for the next 4 weeks. You're going to want to get really good at, well, what's a boundary? And a boundary is where you have made up your mind. You've taken a question mark and turned it into a period. What is okay and not okay for you?
Right.
If you don't speak up, then people are just going to take and take and take and take.
Right.
I've had to set a boundary on somebody getting free guidance from me, way too many times in a short window. Like, this doesn't work for me. And, my head is a numbers machine. My head is a pattern spotter. If 90% of your conversational topics are about what happened 25 years ago, then that's not okay. It's not okay for me, and it's not okay for you. You may not know it, but I also don't want to be the person telling you how to live your life. So
Right.
if we're going to engage, these are going to have to get put on the back burner, or find somebody else who is a fresh blank page for this. So know your difference between okay and not okay. You may not have it all down, but in the moment when your instinct in your third chakra is like, oh, this doesn't feel good.
Yep.
You don't need to have a TED talk about that. Immediately when your body is like, I'm telling you, boundary, not okay.
That's right. Because boundaries are a form of self-love.
Yes.
And so creating boundaries is a good thing for everyone. It's okay to do it. Give yourself permission to do it, and make sure that you're present. Stay present. Look to your future rather than dwelling, because dwelling doesn't help you. All it does is hold you in a position of nothing. You get nothing done. You are expressing nothing. It's already done. You can't change it. Move to the present and look forward. That is the best place to be in order to see your life and see your opportunity and create strategy in order to stay grounded, centered, and achieve what you want to achieve, whatever that may be. It doesn't matter as long as you think it's important. You achieving that is great. Don't hold yourself back from your greatness.
All right. So now that you've captured everything on the timeline.
Yeah.
Do we want to finish with Pluto and Aquarius, or do you want to talk about a few things and give everyone a little rest from astrology?
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
How can people keep their clarity that this month is unfolding up and healthy and thriving through a holiday season? What you got?
One of the things that you can do, here's the thing, and we should practice this every day, is being able to sit quietly for 3 to 5 minutes every day. If you can do it twice a day, that's even better. 3 to 5 minutes. You can even put the timer on your phone so that you don't have to think about, like, how long have I been sitting here? If you just sit and let your brain spin its thoughts out, allow it to be crazy, do its thing, and then you'll find that after a while of doing that, your brain will settle, and you'll feel the nudge to be quiet, to quiet yourself and just sit quietly. You don't have to think about anything. You don't have to plan anything. If you need a mantra, use a mantra, but do this for 3 to 5 minutes at least once a day. And that's going to help you with your mental clarity throughout the day, because you allowed your brain, to get its wiggles out, so that as you go through your day, especially if you're learning new stuff, as you go through your day, you can be a lot more structured. You can be more organized, and you can get a lot more done. Okay, so, and this is something that you can do, and it'll help you. It also, the other thing that it will do too is it will actually start to change the chemistry in your brain to where you feel more settled. You feel like uplifted and joyous rather than like. So if you want to get rid of that feeling of angst or anger, frustration, it's easier to allow people to be who they are and honor them for who they are. If you're calm and you're present, you're considering what's going on around you. So try that. And there are going to be some energetic shifts. Just like I said last week, we had a nice energetic shift. It was very smooth. And so this month we'll have another energetic shift. One of the things that I would like to say, though, and I said this in my Mercury retrograde psychic tip of the day, is don't spread rumors.
Ooh.
Keep your mouth shut. If you do not have a true source for anything that you're talking about outside of your home or whatever, do not spread that rumor. Lock it up and throw away the key. If you don't have anything nice to say, keep it shut.
Mhm.
Okay? There is enough frustration running around right now and enough fear and angst. We don't need to add to it. Instead, think of the nice things that you can say. Think of the nice things that you can do and do those things.
Yes,
rather
dissolve
than
your tethers
spread
and your
poison.
cords and your frequency blocks. Recently, Auriel had to help me cut some cords that were very, what's the word, complex. And
Complex,
so
yes.
I've been doing a lot of silence magic around, you know what? Just because I think it doesn't mean to say it.
Yep, exactly. So if you can't say nice something, if you can't say something nice, shut your mouth. Silence is powerful.
Mhm.
If you have to, write down whatever, but don't spread poison. This is not the time to spread poison. This is the time for all of us to come together.
Yep. And it's not always your story to tell, even if you think you're doing the right thing. You don't have messenger tattooed on your forehead.
No,
Be careful.
absolutely.
Hey, be careful with your karma. Capricorn season is all about karma, and that's why you can get oh, I didn't even see that. You can get served when you least expect it.
Yes. So we want to make sure that y'all, you know, are feeling good and connecting to your heart and breathing light into your heart and expressing love.
Yes. All
Okay.
right. I love that. Let's wrap it up. Let's,
Let's
land this plane. Let's land the plane, as I
let's
say.
land the plane, baby.
Land the plane now. Pluto in Aquarius. So, how has this played out for us so far? It's so new that it's one of those that requires the whole movie for you to see the storyline. Let's go back 20 years, take a little time hop with me, and figure out what Pluto and Capricorn did. Well, it comes like a wrecking ball for some things that are out of integrity. It is the alchemizer. It will take your old recipe and re-envision it.
Yep.
And of course, it's going to squeeze out what needs to be changed.
Yeah.
So in Pluto, when we have Pluto and Capricorn from 2008 until 2024, we watched systems and structures. That's a Capricorn thing get alchemized. We
Yes.
watched money change to cryptocurrency. We never saw that coming. So
Right.
now we've got Bitcoin, and we moved into EFTs and ACH transfers and banks and same day deposits and Venmo and PayPal. And I can tap with my Apple Pay or my Google Pay. That was one of those re-alchemizing the system and structure of money. We
Right.
also did the system and structure around education. Homeschooling made a huge comeback. Even
Yeah,
before
it did.
we watch more and more people say the educational system is old and it's broken and it's not working for me and my family. I'm going to take this under my wing and on my watch.
Yep.
We looked at the workplace go through a change. More and more jobs, because you couldn't get talent to relocate to your little town, more and more jobs became remote. Work
Yep.
from home or telecommuting. Who saw that coming? I didn't. I didn't even think the workplace needed reinvention. I just thought maybe corporate America is going to go through, a shift. But no, it was the system and structure of the workforce, which is even bigger. We saw two empires get audited.
Yes.
We saw Hollywood and the Me Too movement.
Yep.
We saw the Catholic Church and its pedo scandal. Both
Yep.
of those got completely upheaved and audited. So you don't get to hide behind the hierarchy and the big machine of the world of movies and fantasy and art making, and you don't get to hide behind faith and religion and heaven hell conversations. Like, you got to walk the integrity talk too. So
Yep.
Pluto comes along and says, where are things out of integrity? How can I rebel this, and how can I put it back together better? So it's kind of like if you've ever had to go and get your knee redone or your shoulder scoped, is it worked once upon a time, now it doesn't work, and now it's going to get transformed. With Pluto in Aquarius, you're not going to see it right away, but just be ready to just say, ha, I knew ahead. Social change. We are going to watch the reformulating, not of its structure, but these are Aquarian themes. Aquarius is much more democratic and collective. So a lot of individual classisms could get leveled out. We're looking at technology. Aquarius is designed to be the age of electronica and information. It is going to be a dizzying speed of progress. So for all of you like me who doesn't particularly love computers, get a tutor. Get a tutor. You're not, it is going to be so fast that just like maybe your business grew so much you can't do your own taxes anymore and you got somebody who's a specialist, get a tutor. Stay informed, because the world is no longer going to create enablement for you on your rotary phone or you not having an email. It's going bye-bye. It's wasteful. It separates us more than it unifies us. And Aquarius is a very impersonal sign. It says, I'm more concerned about the idea of people than people. So you're going to have to start getting into the formatting of where we're going as a species.
Yeah.
Climate and global issues are going to become more prevalent. It's going to stop being a we. It's going to stop being a me. It's going to start being world issues. We're going to have to collaborate and think about this impacts every single human, not, oh, it's not in my backyard, I don't really care anymore. And of course, we're going to see rebellion, because the last time that Pluto was in Aquarius started in 1777. We watched America rebel for freedom. We watched France rebel for classism, and we watched Ireland rebel against the church.
Yep.
They weren't just like, yeah, we can have one more conversation about that. It's going pretty terribly. Let's keep talking. No, it was the only way to have a creation is through some destruction. That's the rebellion. Don't let that scare you or freak you out. Just understand that the things that have been resistant to change and all the polite attempts and all the conservative approaches, that's how we got here.
It's going down.
We had our first colony in 1620. We had a war 150 years later. It's not because we got mad at one talk.
Right.
It had been ongoing. Like, it just wasn't getting better and better and better. So
here we go.
Yeah.
This will be fun. It's going to be for the next 20 years, peeps.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay us. And we get to be a part of it.
You get to be a part of it. Whether you've got the big ideas or you're just here to say yes. So there you go. There is our last show for 2024 for astrology.
Right. So this is the last show for 2024 for astrology. So I know some of you are going to be watching this on the replay. Go ahead. If you have questions or whatever, you can ask questions and we'll try to answer them. Because I go through the comments after the show as well. If you need to reach Kendra, you can reach her through her group, Know Yourself Well. And you can find her on Instagram, Know Yourself Well. And that way you can follow her too. And like I said, her group is active. And so you will probably like to join her group if you want to know more about intuition and all that other good fun stuff. Okay. Next week, I'm going to be doing a crystal show.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing the crystal show. So we're we're going to be talking crystals, where they came from, how they can help you, and that. So I'll have about 10 lined up to show you and talk to you about. And then after that, we'll do the holiday show. And then we're going to take a break until the next astrology show, which will be celebrating the new year. So, because it's going to be, I'm excited for next year. I know there's going to be some big changes, but it's going to be fun for us.
I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. All right. So if you want to check out other videos, you can. I'm going to be clearing out the videos on my website to put up the new videos for next year. And just go to YouTube and look. All you have to do is look up Auriel Grace, and you'll see the psychic tips of the day and a spiritual show. And you can check those out as well. All right. Okay, so we'll see you next week. Please stay safe in this crazy weather. Stay safe. And remember, keep your heart open and aligned with the energy of love. We'll see you next time. Bye.